This is a training video created by the Sentio Marriage and Family Therapy Program. Visit us at www.sentio.org. A trainee in supervision showed a therapy video of her doing a self-regulation exercise with an emotionally dysregulated client. In this video, the supervisor helps break down the clinical challenge as seen in the therapy recording and how the therapist could be more effective. Client video and names are obscured for confidentiality.
So as you're watching this, Mia, just notice kind of what her eyes are doing.
And just kind of taking some deep breaths and letting that vision soak in.
Like she's blinking like, whoa, she's a little bit overwhelmed. And she also really likes the intervention. So I think when we're talking about what might we shift here, like what's the opportunity for you? So going over to like the client challenge is she's not well regulated. And so what I think might be happening in this moment is she's getting overwhelmed while you're talking with her about some of the regulation options she has. And so when your client's feeling overwhelmed, I think the thing that was happening here is you're overloading her with information.
Oh, the blink.
You're giving her a little too much. So, all right. We know your intention, right? Your intention was
to help her self-regulate.
boom. And like that intention, I actually think was great. I feel very good about that intention. I think your client reacted. How did you see your client react to the intervention?
Well, she expresses, she says she likes it. And then after the video, if the video plays on, she starts to cry and she says, I wish I had these tools, previously.
I love it. And so the only thing here I think is that's keeping you stuck is rushing to give her more information about what you're doing. You can let her sit in the feel your butt against the chair. And because what you end up saying is like, well, like for some people, like what helps them is imagining this thing, right? Like you're doing it in this psychoeducational framing, which not a problem, but you had gotten her to drop in already. She was already dropped into her body. She was like wiggling in her chair. Her breathing had started to slow. And in that moment, when you were helping her self-regulate, you inadvertently pulled her out of it. You put her right back in. So it's not a long-term issue, but you had pulled her out of it. Do you see what I'm talking about when we watch the tape with that in mind?
I see what you mean, Mackenzie. Yes.
Cool. And so what I'm wondering in terms of things that we can practice is letting yourself slow down once she starts to drop in.